Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Terraria. What a way to go edition. For those astute viewers out there, yes, I am down a character. I lost, I lost my poor character, my off-screen fun time hardcore character, to like one of the worst deaths ever. I was. Everything was going great. I had this amazing new to me anyway, obsidian armor, like outlaw, vagrant, vagabond type armor that I had never seen before, and I was loving life, and everything was going good. And I had my grappling hook, and I'm down deep in the dirt. And what happens? Boom! I spill my coffee all over myself. It goes all over my desk here, all over my pants. Almost gets in the keyboard. I go scrambling off for a towel, and I realize I haven't exited out of the game. I haven't like alt tabbed, so the game kind of pauses, and just leave my character stranded to a grappling hook. I come back. I see health is down to like 30. I have about 30 HP, and what happens? I'm scrambling to push H. I'm standing beside my chair. I notice the disaster about to happen. There's bats circling me. There's all kinds of nonsense going on this. I rush to push H, and then you get that sickening sound when you lose a character. And apparently it was due to the javelin of a skeleton gladiator type individual. And needless to say, I was livid. I was pissed. Not pissed. I was frustrated with myself, I guess is the better way to put it. It was just such a silly way to go. Standing there with damp pants, and you know, you never want to be left standing anywhere with damp pants. And staring at this screen, you know, telling me I've been slain. And look at this wreath. What is this? Oh, it's just two flower pixel deals together. So I'm gonna vow, or at least try and vow, to tell you that will not happen. With Parvana here, we're going to be extra diligent. If I can just reacquaint myself with what is actually happening in this land, that would be wonderful. We are very rudimentary here, aren't we? Again, I'm statistically speaking, death will come due to me. Oh, look at this. Double chests. Look at that. Egglet. Oh, it's another egglet. We already have an egglet. Uh-oh. We got recall potions. We might be using those recall potions right now, boys. Let's see. Oh, a spear. What kind of spear? A superior spear. Now we're talking. I opened up, remember opening up one chest early on and to find a godly spear, and it just saved the day. You could also try like a bow only run, would be kind of nice with a character. Just use whatever crappy bow we've got kind of non-stop. That would be an interesting challenge. Yes, we got the demolitionist. Very nice, very nice. They love to hammer you with the slimes in this game. Do we have fishing areas set up near us? I don't remember. I had a great combo going with another hardcore character that I made immediately after the great coffee death of 2019, and it was a frog legs, and then I had two, like a tsunami in a bottle and a cloud in a bottle. So I had like these huge jumps with a double. It was like I had a triple jump set up basically, and I was loving life with that character. I'm bombing around everywhere. I had a lot of good things going, and what happens? Sure enough, I'm underwater and underground in the water, and I'm running low on air. Not super low, but enough that I was concerned. So I like, oh, there's a little opening in a little crevasse in here in the darkness. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't just jump unknowingly into darkness. I'm like, nothing can happen to me. I got frog legs. And sure enough, the game, I think, is rigged. Like, it trolls you in that sense. I'm convinced of it. I jump out into this dark crevasse that's open, full of fresh, beautiful air. And I literally land directly on a pressure pad for a boulder. Like, out of the crevasse was not that little. Like, it was bigger than this opening down here. It was bigger than this. It was probably twice the size of this. And I'm in the water down here, and I just see this open area. I'm running low on water. It's full on air. It's full of water up here because I'm digging down and trying to move this water out. And I come jumping up, and I just happen to land, and then I'm standing there for a second, and I think to myself, it feels like a full second. It probably wasn't a full second. I think to myself, Roman, you should move. Then that sickening, or not, it doesn't sound like a fart. It sounds like you've been skewered with something, and it just breaks my heart again. Yeah. So I my pledge to you, my promise is I will not let my own ineptness, there will be no coffee spill deaths with Parvana. We're going to treat Parvana with the respect and class she deserves, and we're not going to let her melee speed damage. Okay, we're not going to let her just stumble on into nothingness. So what do we have to do here? Where's my map? What do we got so far? We got a fishing area set up, and looks like we started a greenhouse. Go check out that, because early greenhouse is key. It would be nice to have some herb bags to get some of the... We got blink root seeds, that's right. Some moonglow seeds and some deathweed seeds would be nice to get from a herb bag. Yes, that's exactly what we were doing. We were working on... We have no way to get down here. We need a hatch. Okay. Well, we'll figure all this out later. Building of hatches and doorways and accessing certain areas with certain means. We don't even have a storage area set up. A lot of work to do here with Parvana. She's been taking it easy on vacation, it would seem like. Just kind of out sunbathing here in Purgatory Land. Not acceptable. So what's going on? Well, updates. Yes, you want updates. I know that's what everyone is dying for, is the updates. Still plugging away, painting and scraping and cleaning and tidying, and a little bit of trim work left to do, and then that'll be it. And hopefully this baby will be sold, because I am in the business of selling babies now. It's funny how when you have a big task, it kind of takes over your whole life. Right? Like, that's all you can think about, and it seems like that's the only thing occupying every square inch of time that you have is this one particular task. It's like my whole life has been dedicated to prepping to get this house ready for the last month or so. That I've really been invested in earnest in it. Before it was like a little task here and there. Now it's like I got to get this stuff done now. And it's like, well, Roman, why are you playing Terraria? Well, I need a break too. Like, I need some level of sanity. It can't just all be, is someone gonna notice this? I'm sure I'm at the point where it's like I'm only noticing the flaws because I know that they're there. And it's like, how do I separate that kind of mentality from? Do we have a snow biome? We don't know. We haven't even exited. We haven't even reached the edge of our own biomes yet. Okay, that's fine. What was I saying before? It occupies every square inch of my free brain power. Is that what I was kind of going for? The preparation of that, like noticing all these little flaws and how am I going to fix this little scratch and this little indent and this paint is not quite consistent right here, and will somebody notice that because it's way down here by the edge of the stairs where your feet go, and well, an astute buyer will be looking for these kinds of things, and it's like at some point you just got to call it done. Like I've just got to, just for my own sanity, I just have to say, you know what, it's done. come take a look, buy it if you want, you know. Like, if you don't want it, get out. It's just for my own sake, you know, please just buy it or get out. But I mean, like, that's life, right? Like, it's partly life and it's partly my own insanity, I'm sure. I usually like to use boreal wood, but considering we haven't found the edge of our biome, I don't think that's going to be an option. So we want, if we did this here, one. So we gotta go down one more, so down to here. Seen any good movies lately, Rowan? Well, no, but I mean, I watched the most recent Game of Thrones. We're gonna go down the Game of Thrones. I beat the algorithm. There's something, right? We, you know, go back to the video number, episode what, 2 or 3, where I was talking about how I was going to try and unleash the full potential of my meaty ape brain and outsmart the cold calculating circuitry of the Google algorithm. And purge the Game of Thrones videos from my feed, from my suggestions, from my recommendeds, and it kind of worked. Watched the most recent episode on yesterday, and it came out yesterday, and worried about what my feed was gonna look like, and you know, not so bad. You know, it was. I think maybe 2 videos that were like episode 4 explained. I'm like, well, you know what? That's actually not that bad considering. So there's 2 rows. So I'm standing and then there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm standing and then the platform's on the 6th. Gotcha. So we want to end up with a platform here. So that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm standing. I'm still standing. No, how is this? I can't do it, guys. I don't know what it is. I mean, if you're going to make fun of me for anything, let this be it. Honestly, go have at her, because I have never been able to figure out how to do the math in this flipping, like, seriously? How come I can't do the block math for laying out? Unreal. So this is where we need to stand, is right here. So we'll put the, where are we here? U. And watch the video, the episode. Mind you, it was not a spoiler heavy episode, right? I think it's not spoilers to say that, I hope. And as a result, it wasn't quite as important. But I'm at the point now where, you know, there's only is there 2 or 3 episodes left? It was an 8-episode season? Or 7? Or 6? 6 episodes. I'm guessing, I'm not sure. But anyway, my point is, it's coming to an end. And I can't, the hype and the negative hype, the attention just in general. And before the internet, we would just call it attention, right? It's getting a lot of attention, both negative and positive. Hype and feedback and no. It was just, my generation, we just call it attention. It's getting so much attention that I've got to watch as it goes now. Otherwise, I will end up having it spoiled, and I can't live that life. Can't do it. Refuse to do it. But I've been listening to a lot of sort of tangential discussions regarding the series as a whole, and you know, this season in particular, of course, from other YouTubers and various personalities, and I was surprised to see that a lot of the people that I but pay attention to online had some of the more tedious complaints, like, oh, it's too dark. Well, like, get over it. It's not that bad. It wasn't. It was dark in times, but it's a dark time. You know, it was kind of the point. But they also articulated, I think, my concerns better than I could articulated my own concerns about how, you know, don't really care what the A, B's, and C's of the story are, just so long as it follows, you know, A, B, and C kind of thing, right? It's got to make logical sense. I believe the expression that the person used was, don't really care what the bullet points are, just so long as getting from point to point makes sense. And that's, you know, kind of where I'm at, right? You just want a good thing. Yeah, I may not agree with everything, who gets to do what and when to whom and for how long, but, you know, at least have it make some logical sense or semblance of sense. So, Rowan, what are we doing then? Well, this is going to be our greenhouse area. Well, why are you spending so much time on a green? Well, told you I don't want Parvana to die. We're going slow and steady, and that's the name of the game in this one. And if you don't like it, please don't go. That's just the way it has to be, unfortunately. So we're setting up a fishing zone. We're going to fish like it's our job, because in many ways it is. And this will continue until Parvana becomes you know, strong, independent woman that I know she is deep down inside here. But yeah, basically I set up a series of pots and then a little potion crafting station in the middle here. I keep on the, you know, fairly close attention on top of the seeds and the flowering and the blooming and all that, so that our inventory chests here are quite well stocked. And you know what? I think I'm doing this too high. I think I usually just do it here. Which just means that we have far more rows than is necessary. I believe this is how I do it, because then I usually have chest, 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 table with a bottle, and then a piggy bank, and then I can stand here and reach all the chests. Yeah, that makes sense. So we'll go a little extra big here. That's fine. Nobody ever complained about being a little extra big, if you know what I mean. But yeah, because I like to keep a nice selection of potions up here. You know, I'll need a few iron skins, some swiftnesses, some endurance, a regen. That's the other one. Regen, our cooked fish. Probably in this case again, because, you know, protecting Parvana is the name of the game, or you know, a well-prepared Parvana is the name of the game here. We'll probably also rock some archery potions. You know, when resources abound, I also tend to carry some spelunkers. I've recently acknowledged and been introduced to the wonders of the wonders of mining potions, right? This speeds this up. So, you know, we'll use our some mining potions, hopefully some spelunker potions to kind of cut through here and find some gold. We're gonna preserve the rabbit. This is going to be a preservation area, like a national park or a historical site that we will not permit excavation to occur in. That'll be a fun time. But we do need some sand, because we are going to need some glass walls to complete the greenhouse look, as well as to make some bottles, because that's like a non-negotiable item here. What else can we do in the evening time? Are we strong enough to purge? No, we are not strong enough to purge some zombies. Got a few hand grenades, but that's about it. If I go over here and die, I'm just wondering. Oh, little bunnies. How does this look? Surprisingly weak. Actually, how's our financials? 2 gold. Also had a traveling merchant wander into one of my other ooh, fireflies. And said traveling merchant had a fairly impressive looking fishing rod, and it cost 35 gold. I think it was 35, something like that. And I had just found a couple of, I had this situation where, like, surprisingly, surprised at how common gold animals are, like the squirrels and the rabbits and the worms. And I had a gold squirrel come wandering by, so I nabbed that up, and then honestly not 5 minutes later had a second gold squirrel show up, and so I popped that too. So when the traveling merchant came, I had, you know, about 20 something, 25 maybe gold coins. See that fishing rod? I know darn well I want that rod. That rod is calling my name. And so I start going through my inventory. I just had a relatively successful mining trip where I managed to find a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch, but I think it was about like 7 or 8 of each, of rubies, topaz, amethyst, sapphire. It was actually a fairly impressive haul, but even with all that, I still only managed to, by selling off all the sort of disposable gems and whatnot, I was still only able to get to around 28, 30 gold. So and then I started selling off fish, and I'm selling off all kinds of things in my inventory. Bought iron and tin bars, and they're not worth nearly as much as I had hoped. And I'm slowly working my way through the inventory and all the stuff that I got, and I buy this fishing rod, and I'm thinking to myself, oh yes, this is the, you know, the dawn of a new age. We're gonna fish, and we're gonna pull up jungle crates and crimson crates and all kinds of different crates and get all kinds of little goodies. And it was just kind of like, yeah, bass, Atlantic cod, bass, wood crate, double cod. It's like, no, I had such high hopes. My inventory is now empty, and I have this fishing rod, and then no bait. I was so bait poor. I had nothing for bait. Scrambling to find grasshoppers, running back and forth. It was also a small world, so the opening biome was tiny. So you go and you cut like half a dozen things of grass, and you might get one grasshopper. It's so depressing, so demoralizing. And of course, this was immediately after my not immediately, because I closed Terraria for quite a while after that coffee death. But this was the first character back from the coffee death, and yeah, I have this sort of delayed, dragged out nothing area. Finally ended up getting that frog leg and jumping combination before dying. It was so depressing. Coffee death, and then a random boulder death. The boulder in the darkness. Maybe that's what we'll call the next issue in the next episode. Another story. We're gonna start. I've been spoilt here in this house. My neighbors are like, I don't know if you guys have this anywhere else in the world, but in Canada we call it snowbirds, where they come up to Canada and enjoy, you know, small town Canada, the beauty of the summers here, and then decide to, you know, take flight in the wintertime to go down, usually to the States where it's cheap, like Arizona or something, and live their life down there in the dry heat in the winters. So my neighbors have been gone for like 8 months, and they've just come back this week, and this room where I am recording is like right against their driveway, and it's like, get out of here. go back from whence you came. Like, this is really starting to aggravate me, but such is life in small town Canada. I won't be here much longer, and you know, I'm sure I'll have a whole new host of problems to complain about shortly. Until then, thanks very much. See you soon.